Welcome to Marvelicious Toys. We bring you news and reviews of Marvel toys, statues, and more. Because not all Marvel collections can be bagged and boarded. They're not just toys, they're Marvelicious.
Fabrications. They're kind of soft. How would we describe them? They're like figures because they have articulation. They can turn their heads, they stand, but yet they're soft goods and like plushy material.
It's kind of like this weird plush action figure thing that they just created. There's never been anything like it.
Yeah, that's a good... I mean, it's like a plush version of the Pops. Bigger. They're really cute.
As is most things Funko does. Their designers just specialize in it. What were the two they'd done? I know I have Rocket Raccoon. Was the other one Deadpool?
Deadpool's been around for a while, yep.
Well, they announced their next few characters. They're doing a Groot who is corduroy.
Yes.
Awesome.
It is. I can't decide if it's awesome or just utterly terrible.
If you can't decide, it's obviously both. And they're also doing, and the lady we spoke to, Allison at Funko, considered this Marvels, and so do we, Baymax, who is perfect for a fabrication, even though he's going to be more vinyl than plushy. He's almost like the albino gimp.
So is his body plushy and his head is vinyl?
No, he looked vinyl all over.
Then that kind of blows what we were just saying all out of the water.
And they're doing that. They're doing a bunch of Avengers Age of Ultron fabrications. And these aren't nearly as cute. Some are plushy, but they're different materials. You've got Thor, Hulk, and Cap, who all have like fuzzy heads, and Hulk has some really weird hair. It looks like an evergreen bush, only black on his head. But the weirdest one for me is Iron Man, who is, again, all vinyl. Or vinyl-ish, plasticky material. It's, you know, like cheap 70s sofas.
That's cool, though. Kind of like the Vader one in the Star Wars line.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. All right.
So, I don't know if I like the movie-based ones as much as just the original designs. None are beating that Rocket with his crazy hair.
Yeah, the furry ones end up working out better because that Rocket is the cutest one they have on this side, and Chewie is really cute on the Star Wars side. So maybe they need to find more furry creatures to try to make.
There's not too many furries in the Avengers.
Well, you could do Beast, although they don't make X-Men toys anymore.
Yeah, that rules out Wolverine because he could have some really furry sideburns going on. Well, it's not our job to give them ideas. It seems like they've got their hands full with all the ideas they came out with just this year alone.
Plus, they have a new plushie line called Mopeez. And if that sounds like they're moping around...
They are.
That's the intent, is to have sad beanies.
It's for superheroes when they're having a really bad day.
The whole point is that they're beanies that will just sit there and sulk their heads down. Like, oh, me.
Now, are these about the same size as a fabrication?
No, these are much smaller. They're around Beanie Baby size. I'd say they're probably like 3 inches tall, give or take a little bit.
They're about the same size as the itty bitties from Hallmark. Different shape, but roughly the same size.
I'm on that committee, I think.
But they've got Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot. So you can see the Guardians, with their huge box office gross, are now up there with the Avengers in their character selection. For all the different lines, Rocket and Groot are showing up.
Yeah, there's no Ant-Man in these plushy lines.
There wasn't a whole bunch of Ant-Man anywhere.
There is a Deadpool.
That's right. Yeah, those are, I feel the same way about a lot of the Funko stuff. Some of them are hits and some of them are misses. And Deadpool looks like he could be decent, but the Spider-Man looks a little something off about him. The angle of his eyes is a little too sharp, I think.
I don't think so. These are going to be exacting. I would classify these as more like something like a parody of your character instead of worrying about that.
Oh, I'm not even talking about accuracy. I'm just saying the shape of his eyes just make him seem not Spider-Man-y and more, I don't know, more like an alien or something.
I thought he looked really Spider-Man-y, you know, having read the comics, but it reminds me of like the Spider-Man comics they make for the young kids instead of anything else. I see what you mean, though, about the eyes. And keep in mind, we're seeing early releases. These aren't going to be on shelves for 6 more months. Final versions could vary a little.
Huh. Those seem like there'll be things that are just kind of shoved on the shelf at a Toys R Us, and maybe it can impulse buy every once in a while when there's nothing else at the store.
That's kind of how I feel about them. That's what I did when they did, remember the pop plushes that they had for a while that looked like pop figures, but they were like 8-inch, 6-inch plush figures?
Oh, yeah.
I'd never pre-ordered those or anything, but if I was shopping online and needed something to push me over to free shipping, or I'd see them on sale at stores like half price at Spencer Gifts, that's when I pick them up. I could see these falling into that, where I buy a couple of the best ones, maybe Rocket and Groot, because Rocket can't be alone, and then Spider-Man, and then pick up the rest here and there. I'm certainly not able to even collect everything Funko does. If I was only a Funko Marvel collector, I still couldn't buy everything they put out for space and money reasons.
Thanks for watching this video. You can see full episodes of Marvelicious Toys with more collecting news and reviews at marvelicioustoys.com. We also have thousands of toy and collectible photos in our photo gallery. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, make mine Marvelicious.